2 people are dead and 1 lane remains closed here on I-81 southbound in Schuylkill County. If you take a look behind me, this is the education center here at the Lands at Hillside Farms.
I am live via my cell phone right now because I wanted to do a driving shot to show you exactly what the roadways are looking like right now if you were to head out for your morning commute. So I'm going to flip the camera here and let you take a look at the North Scranton Expressway.
They just reopened the inbound lanes of the North Scranton Expressway, but the outbound lanes still remain closed after a tractor trailer rolled over around 8:20 this morning. So, yeah, let's go! Now it's escalated to an armed man being wanted for arson and vehicle theft. So you're going to want to use the scraper side and really get all of it off of your car. And it can be kind of hard, as you can see here, but it's really important that you do this because if you don't, you could be facing legal action. A state police fire marshal has been called to the scene to try to determine the cause of the fire. Hi, we got some mail. Yes. All right, where'd you go? Home. Back roads in side streets that froze overnight. So as you can see, here's an example in Wilkes-Barre. I could slip and slide and basically ice skate in my boots all over this. Several cars are already equipped with these dash cams, but they only show what's going on in front of the car and right here in the back seat. This morning, the U.S.'s longest war has officially come to an end. The Taliban now have full control of Afghanistan, and the last U.S. troops left the country. All right, so I have been enjoying these warm temperatures, but you're telling me it's going to change, Thomas. Concerns over the spread of COVID-19 is leading to long lines at testing sites. WBRE 28, WYOU 22, Eyewitness News I-Team reporter Andy Mahalchik joins us live from Kirby Park, where people have been patiently waiting to get tested. Andy. What appears to be the remains of a small child have been unearthed near Williamsport. It has been 2 months since Governor Wolf ended all mask mandates in the Commonwealth, but now that has changed. A new program is assisting nurses who've been helping in the fight against COVID-19, and it could make a difference in their finances. In other news this morning, President Biden is set to update the nation on the U.S. response to a new COVID variant. And thousands of families will have a Thanksgiving meal today thanks to a decades-old tradition in Lackawanna County. Sunny, 75, low humidity. It'd be like that every single day if it was up to me, but it's not, so we do have some rain on the way. I'll tell you about that in just a couple minutes, but let's take a look at our sunny start in South Williamsport. We're going to be sitting in the lower to mid 80s, very, very humid today, so if you have hair like mine, you might want to put on a little extra hairspray before you walk out the door. I'll get into that in just a couple minutes, but let's take a look at temperatures right now as we're waking up to 32 degrees in Mount Pocono. Taking a look at our satellite radar, really the entire Northeast seems to be pretty calm with just a few spotty showers right above us in New York tonight. Our temperatures are going to dip down to the mid-30s, mostly cloudy skies. This wintry mix will turn into scattered showers into the overnight hours.
I'd say, why can't I stay clean? 70s it was crank, 80s it was coke and crack, 90s I found the heroin. This is from the past, from 3 years ago.
Kathy Risner started smoking cigarettes at 8 years old. By the age of 14, she was an IV drug user.
When I got clean and looked back, my personal war left a whole lot of casualties. There was bodies strewn everywhere, like the hurt and pain, because it's my family, good friends.
She struggled with substance abuse for decades, until she came face to face with Judge Michael Barrace.
Judge Barrace, I always said, had jokes, because I said, oh great, I'll make 3 release. I went from 1 long-term back-to-back rehab to another long-term back-to-back rehab to a center. I thought, this man is trying to kill me. But this man, he knew what he was doing. He knew that if he sat me down long enough, because here I am, Your Honor, I realize I'm in a fight for my life.
Years later, she's back in the very same courtroom reading the many letters she sent to Judge Barrace from prison. He kept every single one.
I said, I've been doing a life sentence with this disease, and in turn I lost a piece of my heart and my soul.
Now she's coming face to face with him again, but this time to say thank you.
You showed me compassion and said, listen, you're not doing this up here. Go sit down, go sit down. And I did.
Well,
and it saved my life.
I'm very happy for you.
Here I am.
You don't necessarily see it every day, but that person that's using every day is dying. And fortunately for us, all of a sudden we see someone like Kathy coming back in. It's like coming back to life.
If you're still breathing, there's hope. If you're still breathing, there's hope. If you hang on, just hang on. Them bad times will pass. Them urges to use will pass. Just hang on, there's hope, there's hope.
I'm Nicole Rogers reporting.
Where I'm pointing, you can see the bullet entry hole.
16-year-old Lorenzo White was woken up to the sound of a bullet coming through his mother's bedroom around 1:15 Friday morning.
I heard gunshots outside my house, and I heard a bang, and I ran to my mom's room, and there's a bullet hole in the house.
That bullet hole, the result of a confrontation between Pittston police and two men at Davis Alley and Butler Street.
What was described by the officer, he hunches over a little bit and begins to go diagonally across the street. That's when you can see the flashlight actually light him up. And then he starts to backpedal. He pulls his firearm and then runs to the side into a dark spot where he fires on police.
Zach Adams Kelly caught the whole thing on a security camera outside his home.
The guy over here, he ducked a little bit, and before I know it, I saw him shoot a gun.
He watched everything play out live on his phone.
Are they going to hurt anyone? Are they going to come to anyone's house? Are they going to try to break into someone's house, to hide? So much just goes through your mind, like, are we going to be okay?
Police say before any shots were fired, the officers shouted at the man, but did not identify themselves as police, although they were in a marked vehicle. The question remains, is it possible the suspect did not know they were cops?
Not possible, no. In fact, we believe that there's a chance that the suspect was actually targeting the police.
The two officers were not hurt. They returned fire, and there is no indication the gunman was hit. Both officers are now on paid leave pending the investigation. In Pittston, Nicole Rogers, Eyewitness News.
Saw the snow blindness, and that just I was like, oh. I shut the lights off, focused on that attitude indicator. I don't remember anything about flying the airplane into the trees.
November 14th, 2021.
When I called 911, Lieutenant Colonel Mark Young from the Civil Air Patrol had already known for 2 hours that the plane had crashed.
First responders combed through treacherous terrain for hours, attempting to locate Chris White and his daughter, Angela.
We were all over the mountain there. Then for the longest time, we were just standing there waiting. Then this coroner came in from the iPad, and Sergeant Richards, and we all got it. I'm like, well, let's go. So we went in for it.
They thought it was a recovery mission and that they were looking for bodies.
I heard Angela moan, and the first thought went through my head is she alive? And then I heard Mr. White saying, it'll be okay, honey, just be calm.
They were alive hours after the crash in 20-degree weather with snow coming down.
The firefighter showed up. I said, hey, guys, they have hypothermia. Anybody have blankets? And they went, Sarge, we thought this was a rescue. We didn't bring anything. And I'm like, take your coats off. Put your coats off.
So they did. And 4 volunteer firefighters laid on top of the victims, giving them their body heat until the rest of the team could make a path out of the woods.
You don't give up. You don't give up. My team didn't give up.
Sergeant Richards and Seraphin were reunited with the family Wednesday for the first time since the plane crash. It was a whirlwind of emotions.
It's just an amazing feeling seeing them here. You have so many calls, you don't know the outcomes. It's a miracle. It's just a miracle.
We are tremendously, tremendously grateful. That night, never quitting, never giving up until they found Chris and Angela. If they had quit, Angela and Chris would not be here.
Oh! Yes.
Nicole Rogers, 2822, Eyewitness News.